Actually, the only
Well, hi everybody, and welcome to Wait, why am I leading this again? What did you guys do this? What? Why?
this is what happens when you roll a miss on one of my custom moves. You and I swap chairs.
Crap. All right,
Mental
fine.
note: don't miss custom moves.
Right. Hi everybody, welcome to Caelus City. I'm OPT Lawyer, joined today by, as always, Norestra, Chameleon Ice, and the Greenleaf Effect. And they have convinced me to run a game. So,
If by convince you mean threaten with all the butter knives we have, then yes, convinced.
I mean,
Hold on,
that,
where's
that
my
was
butter
that
Well,
was
you already know my weapon for the night. Okay.
that's pretty convincing if you ask me. So if you weren't here for session 0, which was actually quite a while ago, quick rundown. We have TGE playing, is that pronounced Callum, right?
Yes.
Callum, did you change the name? I don't remember if you actually changed the full name or not. Callum Henry Porter, right?
Yes. Callum Henry Porter goes by Cal, hero name Amalgam.
Malcolm. I like it.
Yes.
what?
Would you like me to give the description so you don't have to?
Oh, that's all I was gonna. As far as I was gonna go. If you want to introduce your character, go right ahead.
Well, if people didn't see session 0, they probably would like to at least a little bit of what they're getting into. So,
True.
None of the 3 playbooks you guys have seen over on Next Gen will be making an appearance here. I'll be doing 3 new ones. I am playing the Brain playbook, one of the supplemental playbooks from the Secrets of Aegis expansion. And my whole shtick is basically I'm the smartest guy in the room and I know it, but I made something horrible bad and it's bothering the heck out of me, so now I gotta make amends for that.
Yes.
Power set wise, I have a pair of gauntlets that allows me to create chemical amalgamations, hence the name amalgam, to basically, for lack of a better description, create basically the scientific version of a bow and trick arrows. Oh, I need some expanding foam. Push a couple buttons, boom, expanding foam canister. Oh, I need lasers. Well, I can't do lasers, but I can do something really hot. Hold on, we mix a couple of these things and make it work.
Mm-hmm. Chan over here.
Yes.
Is playing Harvard L. Palmer. If I got that right.
Yeah.
Delinquent, also named Sink. Tell us about Mr. Palmer.
Well, Palmer is, as you said, a delinquent, which you'll find out what that means and how well I pull it off, but it's kind of what it sounds like. He's a bit of a punk, a bit on the moral gray area, but still generally a good kid. He has the ability to sort of teleport himself and other things, and also to do things with illusions and kind of shadows, though he's still working that one out. He is a fox of kind of different fur colors. He actually tends to have black fur when he's doing his whole like superhero thing, so no one will recognize him. But otherwise, he tends to just kind of be your typical orange fox with some strange coloration on his tail because he can do that with his illusions.
That'd work way better than the glasses Clark Kent tried to use. So, all right. And then Norestra playing Apollo. And
Yes.
you know what? That's the Outsider book, and that's as far as I'm going to go. Please.
So yes, Apollo is an outsider playbook, not from Earth, but it's taken the form of a black house cat, who resides in Cal's home as a potential lab cat. And kind of the basic powers here is he's a house cat. He's evil. Has sharp claws.
There you go. All right. So, Caelus City. It's a mostly technological city. It's a little more futuristic, no flying cars or anything like that, but you guys have been here probably for quite some time. Right now.
Challenge accepted.
Right now. Comic panel. Sun is in clear afternoon over the city. It's school time, but 2 of you aren't in school. 2 of you are just wherever you're going to be, probably at home, but we'll figure that out in a second. Our foxy friend, Harvard, is in his last class at school today. There's about 15 minutes left in the class. Which class would that be, Cham?
Let's say chemistry.
Okay, chemistry class. Your teacher is up at the front giving a bit of a lecture about what happens when you combine certain chemicals and how they can be dangerous. It's the safety course today.
She has my attention.
Okay, what's her name?
Let's say Mrs. Hanson.
Bop.
Okay, so, Miss Hanson looks over the students and looks directly at you and says, Harvard, tell me, what happens if you put your bare hand on dry ice? I know you've got fur, but it's probably going to be the same thing.
It gets really cold.
Okay, that's one thing, but why would it be dangerous? The whole point today was to talk about safety.
Oh, right. Let's see. You put your bare hand on dry ice, it's bad. Because... paid attention. I got it. Because it, melts your hand, yeah. It's really dangerous and such, so it's just bad for your skin and...
You gotta just melts your hand. Okay. Gonna have to a little bit. We're gonna have to go over a few things again, but yes, you're right. Don't touch it with your bare hands. It's a bad thing. Then the school bell rings.
Oh, I'm out. Running out the door immediately.
Before you get that far.
Ah,
Excuse me, Harvard. Mr. Palmer, will you see me after class here? We need to have a bit of a talk.
listen, I know I got the answer wrong. I just had other things in my...
It's not about your answer, son.
Oh, cool, sweet.
It's about everything else you've been missing lately.
Okay. Stuff my hands in my pockets as I walk casually towards her desk.
What's been
What
going
is it?
I just... Yeah, your attention hasn't been here lately. Not that it ever has, but it's been really bad lately. Even more so, I've noticed. So, I'm just wondering, what's going on? Are you okay? Everything alright at home?
Well, I mean, you actually care?
It's my job to care, son.
Yeah, things are fine, for the most part.
Well, as you said, I do really care about you. I care about all my students. If you need any help at all, please let me know.
Any help at all?
Yes.
Like,
So long as you keep your work up.
Oh, of course, but, just kind of wondering, since you brought it up, and, I have been having a lot of trouble paying attention, because, I mean, you know how it is in a house that doesn't make a lot of money. Things get forgotten.
Yeah.
So, I know that there was, a test that was, that we had recently that I didn't do so hot on, and I might have even failed on, and it was, one of those, yeah. But, considering all the tough stuff that I've been through, and all the things that have happened here, it really would help me out if you could just bump that one up a letter. Curve it a little bit, just to make things better.
So she kind of tilts her head towards you and just chuckles and shakes her. I didn't mean cheating, son. I meant if you needed help, I'd give you help. I won't change a grade just because I feel bad for you.
That isn't me at all.
But if you'd like to change it yourself, I can be here on Saturdays.
Sure, I'll keep that in mind. And there might be a way to handle it.
All right.
Can I use my notes?
I didn't say it'd be a test. I said I wanted to help you study.
Oh.
Think of it as a remedial class, because I feel like you need it. Look, I don't know what you kids do anymore, but you really, really, really just need to take care of yourself.
I take care of myself just fine, you know.
That's good.
I mean, there are more important things in school.
There's no... What'd you say?
There are more important things in school.
Actually, there isn't. Your learning is here. Obviously, your home life is important, but your education is also important. You should be keeping track of your schoolwork, because that is probably one of the most important things is out there. She is currently using her influence over you. Do you accept or do you reject?
What's she trying to influence me to do here?
Well, what she just told you is she thinks your schoolwork should be more important than going out and doing whatever else you want to do. So she's trying to pull your mundane up and you're freaked down.
I'm going to reject that because I disagree with her.
Okay.
Okay, and that's a flat D6, 2D6?
Yep, the flat roll 2d6.
Okay. You hit. And if I actually was ready for this, I would have actually had that up here.
When you reject someone's influence roll, on a hit, you successfully hold to yourself and tune them out. On a 7 to 9, choose one of the following. Clear a condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong. Shift one label up and one label down at your choice. Or cancel their influence and take +1 forward against them.
Thank you.
Interesting. Alright. I was trying to see where that was in the notes. But I'm definitely going to, take the plus... what was it, +1?
Cancel their influence, take +1 forward?
Yes, that's what I want.
Okay.
There it is, sorry. Yeah. Cancel influence takes +1 forward against them. That one for sure. So yeah, he just kind of says, yeah, whatever. And can I go now?
All right, you can go.
Thanks, Mrs. Hanson.
Oh, one thing, dear. There's a test on Monday.
We use our notes?
No.
Thanks, Mrs. Hanson.
Okay, so we're going to turn the page, as it were. And we're going to come to the lovely, lovely house, or maybe not, because we actually don't know.
Oh, we're in the lab.
What'd you say?
I said, oh, we're totally in the lab.
Of the house, or where? Which lab?
Oh, Cal's lab.
Okay, where's Cal's lab?
Cal's lab is technically it's still on property, but it's basically he has converted the shed out back into a lab, and it's highly passcoded, so no one can get in unless he lets them get in. But it's not like one of those one of those regular sheds. It is a big shed, like almost could be like an in-law apartment shed that he has converted into a lab. A bunch of chemicals and stuff are stored there. So he is in the middle of attempting to do research. And I say attempting because Cal has made a very, very big mistake.
Oh.
And that is he showed Apollo how to work the radio.
Oh. What channel does Apollo have on right now?
Oh, it would be on the 90s on 9.
Ooh.
And currently we have some umbop going on. And Apollo is full on meowing along.
Meow, 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 meow. And I think we just lost everyone who might have been watching this. That's okay, though, because that was great. Okay, so what is Cal...
Meow bop.
Right, meow bop, indeed. What is Cal actually doing at the moment? And
Well-
actually, before you go there, I have one question for you. Do your parents know about this thing at all?
I mean, they know, as far as they know, I've got this, yes. They know that I've got something out here.
Okay.
They don't necessarily know what it is, but they know I've got something out here.
Okay.
Because it's locked, and I moved all their stuff to the garage.
Fair. So what are you doing inside said shed?
Well, currently he is attempting to, and failing miserably, to attempt to recreate his formula for DP50. And there are several just notes scrawled, he's got the glass pull-down boards, just have a bunch of, formulas and notes, and there's a bunch of things crossed off, and he's visibly frustrated with the fact that he can't seem to recreate how he got it the first time. And it's very much bothering him.
Okay.
Look, Apollo, I appreciate the fact that you're trying to lighten the mood a little bit, but if we're going to have it on music, for the love of everything, can we get it off the damn Hanson brothers?
But okay. Switches it to Britney Spears.
Old Brittany or new Brittany?
Toxic.
Oh, he's perfectly fine with that. He actually starts, don't you know that you're toxic?
Apollo switches on a camera in the lab and starts broadcasting this on the internet.
Apollo has a Twitch stream.
I mean, why not? That makes total sense to me.
It does. Apollo is the Twitch star. Oh, God. Yeah, but basically, Cal at this point, he's not even in the lab clothes, in the regular clothes you see him, the picture you see there, the shirt, the bright yellow shirt, all that. But with the song, he definitely starts singing to it and dancing, and he's using a test tube as his microphone. He's going full risky business. It's an empty test tube. But yeah, that's totally happening. And he has no idea that the cat has a camera on him.
So, where are you streaming this to, Apollo? I'm actually curious now. Is it actually
it's
your own?
Yeah, sure. It's Apollo's Twitch page that he's created.
Okay.
I mean,
We'll
it's
go with that.
the much better in-universe version of Apollo Legend.
Right. We throwing shade, boys. We throwing shade. Anyway, all right. Okay, so how long have you had said Twitch page? Just out of curiosity.
Since I figured out how to work the computer last year.
Okay, so that means you're probably an affiliate by now.
At least.
So you've got
I'm a cat.
No, he's nerd.
right.
I'm a cat. I'm probably partnered, if not.
Oh, at this point.
If not at the top of the food chain.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Cat on a Roomba.
That's
million views like that.
Right. So,
Hey, quit giving away my secrets.
so you have many kappas in the chat.
What was that?
I said he doesn't have kappas.
Cat buzz.
Kappas.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that would be an appropriate emote for Apollo to have.
All right. So while you are doing this, you, Cal, are going to get a text message. What would he have for his texting notification sound?
Vibrate.
Okay. So your phone vibrates. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Teach, what'd you say?
Hey, geez.
Display text message.
No. Text comes up. Cal, please grab 1 gallon of milk on the way home from your meeting with your friends if you're going out? If not, would you go out and get a gallon of milk for me? Dash mom. Teach, Mike. We can't hear you.
That's not the mic I'm using. My push to talk's not working.
There you go.
Discord is discording.
So what did you just say?
Cal rolls his eyes and just goes, one of these days, she will learn I'm not a damn delivery service. Apollo, want to go for a ride in the car?
Yeah, Apollo just immediately hits the switch on the Twitch and streaming and just hops out and just charges the car.
As you
This is the special car that Apollo made that has slots for both the fox and the cat's tails in the seats, by the way.
Before you get to the car, though, you're going to run past someone that you know very well. It's another black cat who just happens to be prancing around the yard. It's the neighbor's cat. She is a quite beautiful Bengal cat named Athena.
Oh, hello.
Now, we established that you basically can talk to whoever you want to, otherwise it sounds like a meow. She's just a normal cat, can't really talk to anybody, but you're a cat, she's a cat, you understand each other.
Exactly.
So she looks at you, she's like, oh, hi there. How you doing?
I'm gonna go ride in the car. It's a car. It has a bed in it for me.
Oh, how nice for you. I don't really like cars much. I prefer walking around on my own 4 legs.
I'll show you how to get in the lab and we can break stuff.
I don't need to break things to entertain myself. She kind of prances around you a bit. You, however, I think we could have a little fun sometime.
And Apollo just immediately freaks out and runs into the car.
At this point, Cal walks out, sees Athena, kneels down, gives some scritchies.
Why are you petting that demon cat?
Walks.
So when you do that,
Yeah.
she looks at Apollo, and you swear, you have no idea why, you swear she winks at him before walking, like, prancing away.
Apollo, did Athena just wink at you?
Yeah, she I get really nervous around her.
Why are you getting nervous around her?
I don't know. I don't understand it.
I'm not probably the best person to ask about this, but I'm fairly certain that she... Nope. That's not the proper way to say that. What's the proper way to say this? I mean... I'm pretty sure she wants you two to make hairballs together. And he just gets in the door, slams it shut, hits a button, roof retracts. Hey, if he invented the car, it's got all the amenities.
Right.
Hairballs together? What kind of animal are you?
The 2-legged kind.
So, Cal, another alarm goes off on your phone. It's a little timer you have, reminding you that school's out, which means your friend Harvard would be out of school. And your mother mentioned you might be out because you guys apparently like to meet up a decent amount. So we turned the page. Where would this meeting spot be?
Oh, Cal is being that guy and showing up at the school in the car, hood down, music blaring to pick up the fox in the custom car.
Nice.
Playing What Did the Fox Say?
You freaking know it. because Apollo has control of the radio.
If it were any other song, Palmer would probably be living it up and like being, yeah, big car, but because it's that song, he's gonna like have his coat on, got the collar up really tight, like has his ears kind of down. He's kind of like shuffling to the car, like hops in. Every time.
What? It's
Well,
a good
if you wouldn't-
song.
If you wouldn't react to it, he wouldn't play it.
Wouldn't play it. I wouldn't react.
You want to get him going? Oh, apparently he's gonna. And Cal leans over. Apparently he's gonna crush on the neighbor cat and won't talk to her about it.
Apollo hits the button and changes to Baby Shark.
It's a
Nah, scientifically inaccurate, but
although, hey, if Apollo and that cat get together, they'll be making baby sharks, right?
he'll be making something, if
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Hairballs, maybe.
So where are you guys going?
Where are we going? It's a good question.
To get a new cat.
Yes, oh yeah, Apollo, did I let you know that your appointment beginning spade is next week?
What?
Have my pity, friend.
What?
What? If you're not gonna, if you're not gonna act on your crush with the cat, there's no, that's all I'm gonna say.
I'm not a cat!
Then that's the form you're taking. So that's what you're getting.
It's just good hygiene, really.
So where are you guys going? Where do you like to meet? Or hang out or whatever?
Oh, well, let's see. What do we like to do for fun? We probably... Guessing the arcade's probably out, because, you're a brain, so, like, arcade games, you probably got better in your lab.
Oh, I can create one better than that.
Yeah, clearly.
If we want to go back to the lab, we certainly can, but I have to pick up a gallon of milk first. But I'm okay with this because there's leash law, so if Apollo wants to come in, he has to go on the leash.
Not the leash.
It's the only way you can come in. You are an emotional support animal, after all. I'm not sure who you're supporting or why you're so emotional, but...
I cut out for just a second. Did you say grocery store? Is that what it was?
Yes.
Yes, I have to pick up a gallon of milk.
All right, for your mom.
Yes, because apparently I'm an errand boy. Doesn't she realize there are other things I could be doing? Like trying to solve and figure out whatever that... Ugh. Anyway, we're not going to talk about that. By the way, Harvard, you hear Cal make reference to that all the time, but he's never specific with what it is. Apollo knows because before Cal knew he was a talking house cat, he was just talking to the cat.
I'm assuming we've talked about it before.
Yeah, and every mention he says things I could be doing and figuring out, and then he realizes what he's talking about, and then just sort of cuts off and is very vague about it.
Yeah. Well, clearly it's not important enough for you to tell me all about it, so I think errand boy is what you are today. Do you talk to your mother with that mouth?
Yes, he does.
Yes, actually.
Apollo, put the song back on.
No!
So
I'm sorry for everything I do.
So as Apollo is actually turning the radio station again, your song is interrupted by a slight newscast.
This is the station I put it on.
It's a
This
breaking
should be
news.
one of the breaking news is where they're going to interrupt every song to let us know. Means something bad's about to happen.
Oh, I like that.
Of course you do.
Attention, citizens. There's been a bit of a car backup because of the mayoral speech that's going on in the park today. Unfortunately, 4th Street is backed up all the way to 9th Street. It's really bad. You should probably avoid the area if you're going anywhere, especially to the grocery store.
Man, that blocks out 5 whole streets!
You want to push the flying button?
Oh yeah, we can do that.
We're not pushing the flying button. I don't want people panicking.
Nobody will panic. Listen, if you push the flying button, I promise I can make this thing look invisible to the outside eye.
He looks over at you. No.
I
Aww.
want to try it.
I
Yes.
wanted to see him fail.
It's still in prototype. I'm not just going to break it out for a trip to the grocery store. when we can just do this. And he immediately spins a Yui without telling anybody and just and starts heading the other direction, obviously
So-
towards the C-store.
Apollo's not strapped in because he's a cat, and he's kind of in his bed. So the next thing you see is Apollo is up against the windshield, back on the windshield, just kind of like
Look like one of those Garfield ornaments.
Right.
exactly.
Nice. Okay.
Where are we going now?
Where are you
Oh, there's a-
going, actually?
Oh, there's a Cumbies a couple streets back.
Alright.
Oh, that's convenient.
Indeed. Okay. So, you go to... What store was that again?
Is it Combies?
Cumbies! Cumberland Farms? None of you know what a Cumbies is?
No, sorry,
No.
I actually don't.
Okay, Wawa, for those of you further south and west.
What about Marsh? Is that like that?
It's a C-store.
Like they sell seafood?
Convenience store?
No, C as in convenience.
Convenience store.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Because
So as
the announcer was only talking about the grocery store. That's the actual name of the store. It's not the only grocery store in town. It's just the grocery store. Because somebody
so
thought they
as-
were being cute.
and of course the obligatory now, as you slam on the brakes to stop, Apollo flies into the front windshield now.
Harvard tries to catch him as he comes up front. He's got a heart.
This sounds like it should be a custom move.
I think
Yeah,
it's
would-
more of a
If anything, it's a defend.
Fair.
yes.
Actually, you know what? Go ahead and roll to defend. I'm
Oh
serious.
dear.
That is
Palmer's not very good at being a
That
savior.
is a
Let's
really
see what
good
happens.
idea, actually.
Whee!
Oh dear.
Oh dear, indeed. So Apollo, when you slam into the front of the windshield, I'm gonna need you to take a powerful blow.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there you go.
Oh, I missed. I got a mark.
Yes, mark potential.
Whee!
So tell me how you
both?
weathered the blow.
I land on my feet.
You're a cat. There you go. Except description accepted. So all right, so you make it to the C store, as it were. Take it, you just go in and buy your milk or whatever. What do you do when you go in there? You tell me.
I walk in, go to the milk cooler, grab 2%, walk up, pay for it, and leave.
How about we slip a candy bar in there? Like, Palmer tries to
Sounds
sing
like-
stuff.
Cal's not stopping you from going in and buying your own candy bar.
Oh no, he's gonna slip it in there with your milk order.
How is he going to do that?
He's going to casually slide it like just underneath the milk as you set it down on that little conveyor belt thing.
So you're trying to basically trick Cal into purchasing the candy bar.
There he is.
Maybe. Like, if it happens to happen, that's great. If not,
I guess. There's definitely probably a role here.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at the delinquent's moves real quick to see if there's anything this has, but what
I
is
think
that?
it's just to provoke.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, roll to provoke.
oh, and you mislead, distract, oh sweet, I can just do this.
Oh, you have the Are You Watching Closely move?
I do. It's one
That's
of the
what,
things I do.
that's what I thought.
That would be appropriate to roll.
Yeah, that would
here
be
we
very
go.
appropriate to roll.
So Apollo's sitting on the harness. Hey, get the kitty snacks too. They're delicious.
Too big. Let's see. I don't have a bonus, right? Because if I...
When you mislead, distract, or trick someone, roll plus superior.
Do you have influence over
I
it?
do.
Then yes.
Then you add +1.
Sweet. So that's a hit. Let's see. On a hit, they are fooled, at least for the moment. On a 7 to 9, choose 2.
You get an opportunity, you expose a weakness or flaw, you confuse them for some time, or you avoid further engagement.
Further entanglement.
Entanglement.
That's exactly
yeah.
what I wanted. Okay, so
The opportunity. I get the candy bar, and I avoid
Exactly.
further entanglement.
that's
from it.
exactly it. I'm going to avoid the argument later, and I'm going to get the candy bar. So
So all
slightly more expensive thing of milk.
all count those as wow, that was really expensive milk. That's why we don't go to the convenience store.
Exactly, but it beats sitting in traffic.
Exactly.
But now the most important question.
What was the
What
candy
type
bar?
of candy
Yeah.
bar?
Oh, it was a Kit Kat. That was exactly where I was. You get it? Okay.
I got it.
Sorry. I feel.
No, I got it.
I got
it. I'm pointing you
Telling
to
you
the
to
door
get out
because Kit
now.
Kat's the wrong answer.
Why? I like Kit Kats.
If you're gonna sneak candy bars, you always sneak Reese's peanut butter cups.
Right.
Thank you, OPT. And Nora has to sneak them when the family's away.
It's not wrong.
So Cal walks out grumbling. How the hell did a gallon of milk cost $7? The hell?
Oh no, those milk cartons, they cost so much more these days. As Palmer pulls out like a Kit Kat bar from inside the recesses of his trench coat.
Actually, champ, roll me a d6 real quick, would you? Just one.
D6.
Yeah, just roll me a d6.
So casual D6.
That's
So
not-
6.
You got 6 of them.
Oh, I only wanted to get 1. Okay.
No, you got 6.
Jeez. Okay, I feel kind of guilty now. That's like high theft.
First of all, where did you get the Kit Kats?
But I
Second
had
of
some in my
all,
coat.
why do you have so many of them?
Because
The
you want
third,
one,
are you
right?
sharing?
Yes. Why do you
You're a
got so
cat,
many?
you can't have chocolate.
That's dogs.
That is dogs.
Hey.
Cal knows this. He's just being a wise guy.
Yeah.
But I wanted the Kit Kat.
Palmer's not above like giving some to his friends. Like you say, I brought plenty for everybody. You can have, have 2 of those Kit Kat bars. There, Cal.
You're being awfully generous. What
I
happened?
got 6. I can't eat them all myself.
You're being awfully generous. What happened?
I got a stomach ache.
Really feels like a Pierce the Mask to me.
No, because he avoided further entanglement.
That's
I'm not
true,
gonna
right?
roll
You
it.
can't.
I did.
Yes.
I forgot, yeah.
If he hadn't chose that one, I would have. That's what I would have been
That's
angry
right.
for.
I forgot. I forgot. That's funny. Absolutely. Okay, then.
Enjoy your candy bars.
Right. Okay. So, when you hop into your car, where's the next destination for you?
Does anybody have any other places, or are we just going back to the lab?
I don't mind seeing what you've been working on.
Yeah, I don't need to go to PetSmart today.
How many fake credit cards are you going to be setting up at PetSmart? I've already had to cancel 4 applications.
None.
Okay, after a while, they're going to catch on. Okay, I mean the aliases are fine, but when you start using aliases like Seymour Butts, they're going to catch on. Apollo.
That one was just funny.
That was my idea.
Stop encouraging him. You two. I can't leave you two alone for 5 minutes.
So, as you guys are arguing over this, you're going to hear a loud scream coming from inside the convenience store.
That we just left?
Yes.
I didn't do it.
I know you're right here. Apollo reaches into. Cal looks in the car, hits a button. The dashboard pops out. 2 gauntlets and a domino mask are there. He puts the mask on, puts the gauntlets on, shuts the door. We going in?
We're going in. Sync goes ahead and
Where's my harness?
does the full black.
You gotta put the harness on.
He undoes the leash, pushes another button. A harness that says "Emotional Support Cat" comes out and goes on Cal, so he doesn't have to be leashed.
Nice.
That was not what I anticipated coming out of that.
But I've got one for you if you wanted to.
No.
Oh. Oh, we get a comic panel cut to the inside behind the seat where Harvard usually sits, and it's a plague doctor mask.
That's actually kind of cool.
It's the only thing he could find that had a long enough snout to match the fox nose.
I'll keep that in mind for later.
So you see that, like I said, about 3 or 4 people are barreling out of the store at this point, and you hear a very loud cackling that sounds like a crow.
Crow is my shtick. Get a different bird.
No. Because I had actually
Would I
forgotten
get the
that.
plague doctor mask?
Oh, Cal. I mean, Harvard doesn't know this yet. This is another thing Cal has just been doing. He doesn't know there's a mask there yet.
I gotcha.
Apollo, that sounds like a bird. You want to go hunting?
Ooh, bird.
Have at ye.
That's actually why I chose bird today, because I'm like, oh, cat, bird, of course.
Makes logical sense.
Right?
So Paula just sprints into the convenience store.
So the moment one of you enters the door, the first thing you're greeted by is the sound of a very loud thunk as the wall next to you is hit with what looks like a crow's feather, except it's very solid and very much so now embedded in the wall. Kind of like a ninja star, if you will, except that it's a feather. But
Huh.
I don't see that every day. Apollo just jumps up on top of it.
it's kind of a razor. You know, thin.
This was a poor choice.
So, if you're careful enough, that's okay. But yeah, that you have to stand on that.
So Apollo's like,
Yeah.
doing that thread and very soft paws on it.
Right. So, in the convenience store, this convenience store is large-ish and whatnot, but, you know what? Cham, what aisle is he in?
The crow, aisle 6, obviously.
What's in aisle 6?
We're gonna say...
If the answer isn't sunflower seeds, you're doing it wrong.
I was trying to say bird seed, but sunflower seed.
Okay. So, you see this, we'll call him 6'5", anthropomorphic crow that is pretty much terrorizing all of the people around him by, well, guess there's a bunch of bags of birdseed just like ripped on the floor and all over the place. But
the simple solution is just being a 6'5" bird.
well, that's not actually uncommon in this world. But still, everybody around there looks pretty horrified, especially because one of the people who is sitting on the ground against the frozen food section has like an outline of dart feathers just around him. It's clear like this bird is just messing with everybody.
So from on top of the feather that I'm standing on, can I assess the situation?
Sure.
Nice.
There was part of me that wanted you to fail and slip and cut yourself on the feather.
I know there was.
All right.
Because you hate me.
No, I love you, but I also love drama.
All right.
Definitely.
Well, when you assess the situation, on a +10, ask 2. So go ahead.
Let's see. What here is in the greatest danger?
Oh, definitely the 4 people in front of this crow.
And how can we best end this quickly?
How can you best end this quickly? take out the crow, get the crow to run away, get him to turn his attention away from the people he's trying to terrorize.
So from on top of this bird feather, Apollo is going to leap across the tops of the aisles and pounce on his head.
All right,
And
before we get there, I'm pretty sure that we have now entered a battle against a dangerous foe.
No, right.
Well, have we? I think it's just Apollo who's actually.
Actually, you're right. Apollo's the one
I
who's
was
gone
actually
in.
going to ask Cal a question here before we even did it.
All right, so never mind.
So Apollo is engaging.
Apollo's engaging, right? But it's not a team at this point, so never mind.
That's
'Cause we're
interesting.
still in the doorway. We're still in the doorway, looking at the crow and then watching the cat.
That's a good point. Never mind. All right, so Apollo, you're gonna jump. So that's directly engaging a threat. So go ahead and roll it.
Oh, this was a poor decision.
Think he's toast?
I'll take it.
All right. So on a hit, choose one: resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Oh, I'm going to avoid his blows.
I think the answer is, how much of a snack does the crow think he looks like?
I just pounced on his head, so
Right.
I'm
So
going to...
yeah, so explain.
Avoid his
Yeah,
blow.
so you pounce on his head, and he one is surprised because he wasn't expecting that, and two, Cat wasn't expecting that either. So you hear him just the two of you, and actually everybody hears him just like kind of scream and screech and whatnot, and he pulls up his wing arms and just starts like batting at the cat and just like kind of
And so while he's doing that, he's smacking himself in the face as Apollo slides down his back. with his
right,
arm.
exactly.
So, Cal, while that's
Yes.
going on, we should probably save those people, I'm guessing, right?
Probably a good idea here. You want to do that? I'll distract the bird.
It's easier for me to do. Yeah, sure. Alright, good luck.
So Cal will just sort of saunter in, look at the bird, go, "Hey!" I'm not going to whistle like that because I can't. But he's
Thank you.
Right.
get the bird's attention.
All right. So he is going to turn to look at you. He's like,
Yeah.
"Who's ruining my fun?"
Well, that's exactly the point. I'm not here to ruin your fun. I'm here to point out the fact that you're doing it in a technically inferior manner. There was a much better way where you could have had fun. First of all, if you're attempting to have fun by terrorizing people, you're only finding 4 to 5 people at a small little store like this, when you could have very easily found a much larger venue to terrorize people at. So clearly there's a flaw in your plan for having fun.
While
Didn't you
Cal's
think that
doing
out?
this, by the way,
And
Palmer's
I-
gonna be doing stuff.
Yeah, and that's actually triggering a move of mine.
Oh,
I figured
okay.
as much.
I am triggering tactical genius.
Indeed. So why don't you read and tell us what it does?
When you point out the obvious flaw in a known foe's plan, roll plus savior. On a hit, you're right. Another your choice can take advantage to get +1 ongoing to act on the information. On a 7 to 9, pick one. You miss something important, the GM will tell you what. You look like a your chosen teammate takes influence over you and you lose influence. Or you make your teammates feel like little more than pawns. Your chosen teammate marks it. On a miss, you've played into your enemy's hand and watched their traps spring.
All right. So roll plus savior. All right.
Boom.
So which one are you picking?
Well, Cal said, I'm going to go ahead and distract the crow, so at this point he's kind of just using Harvard as a pawn. So Harvard gets the chance to save the people, but he has to mark a condition because Cal's a dick.
Huh.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. I didn't trust you anyway.
Yeah, yes. But that's all you had to do. And now look what happens. Now you're here stuck with me, and I've got these very nice things here that
So
I have one other question for you, Bird Friend.
he just looks at you.
Buffalo or barbecue?
So in response to that, he instead takes one of his legs and kicks the shelf next to him, toppling it over, and you definitely hear someone on the other side of that go, "Ah!"
Well, Harvard has the opportunity. Now's
Yeah.
the time to take it.
Yeah, I have my opportunity. I'm going
Do
to
it.
take it to get those folks out of there.
Roll.
So
That's a defend roll.
Harvard's going to. Well, it's not really a defend roll, possibly.
Oh, do you have
what
something
Harvard's
else
doing?
for it?
He's a teleporter.
Oh, okay.
What he's doing is he's actually going to be opening some shadowy portals beneath these people's shadows as they're like laying there terrified, so that they will conveniently fall through them and end up just outside the convenience store door there.
All right, that's your powers, right?
Correct.
That's an unleash,
your
yeah.
powers. Roll freak.
Marvelous. And I don't have +1, so I don't have that. So let's see what happens. Hey, a hit.
All right, so on
Technically, this is an 8 because you still have the +1 ongoing acting on me messing with him.
Right, thank you.
But it still happens. You either have to mark a condition or it's temporary or unstable. Yay.
Yes. So right, what he said. So unleash your powers. On a 7 and 9, mark a condition, or the GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
Gonna help these folks, so I do feel like I'm being used as a pawn, because kind of was. So I'll mark the condition, take the insecure.
Okay. So your portal opens up underneath them, and where are you taking them to?
I would just block them right outside the front of the convenience store so they can just get away.
Okay, well that happens as they sit there and wonder what the heck just happened, because they're like, how did we fall through the floor? Why are we outside? What happened? Who did that? What's going on? Why are, what, how, why, who, what, where? And that's, so...
Kind of gotta do all the fun stuff.
So, Apollo.
Yeah.
This crow has kicked over a shelf and attempted to hurt some people. What do you want to do?
I'm going to provoke it.
Okay.
I'm going to roll it first, and then I'll describe it.
All right.
Ooh.
That's back-to-back boxcars you've rolled on superior roll.
All right.
So
on a 10 plus, they rise to the bait and do what you want.
So Apollo's going to reach up and start plucking feathers out of its tail, trying to antagonize it. And with that, oh yeah, he's done.
He's just probably basically trying to draw his attention.
Yeah.
So you plucking feathers out, and this crow is just like, he's like, you don't know where he's getting this from, but he's like throwing these like ninja star like feathers at you. He keeps missing because he's just basically throwing them directly on the floor. Like, so like the tiles on the floor are getting just completely chunked up and whatnot, but he just can't hit you. He's just like, stupid cat.
I can't wait to turn you into dinner. You'll be tasty.
So with that proclamation and acting off of Cal's question that he asked beforehand, Cal has run over to the hot dog display and has basically unplugged one of the tubes on his gauntlet and plugged it in to the dispenser, and then looks up. Well, since you didn't answer me, I'm going to choose mayonnaise, and just fires off mayonnaise at the guy's eyes to try and blind him. I am trying to unleash my powers.
Say that's an unleash your powers unless you have
using always prepared.
Always prepared.
When you unleash a new gadget or gizmo to unleash your powers, roll plus superior, and I have the mayonnaise launcher or the condiment cannon.
Do it.
It's the condiment cannon.
Condiment cannon.
That's fantastic.
There you go.
At least on spicy mustard, dude. Mayo on my burger.
Yeah,
it's cakes. It's ironic.
So basically, he puts that and then looks, sees the mustard, undoes the second tube, hooks up to the mustard, and just slams down both.
All right, roll it. All right. So that then translates to unleash your powers, right?
That is an unleash your powers.
Okay,
yes.
So 7 to 9.
This makes total sense to be unstable or temporary.
All right, so
and I just blast him with ketchup, with mayonnaise and mustard in his eyes.
Right. So you do that, but as you're doing that, the unstableness of this is that the tubing that you hooked into it, you didn't quite lock it in tight enough, so the condiment part of it just kind of blows and starts shooting everything backwards into you.
Oh, gross.
And you are now covered in hot mustard and mayo. Or spicy mustard and mayo.
Apollo, when we're done, I'm going to need your help.
I'm not
Ew.
licking you clean.
So,
You guys are so gross. Get a room.
right. So the crow is now blinded as he's flailing his wing arms about at this point. He looks like he would be attempting to run out the door if only he could see it, as he runs kind of directly into the bags of birdseed on the aisle. Cam, what do you do?
So he runs to these bags of bird seeds. I'm guessing he's got to trip and fall.
No. He
No?
just can't see anything.
Oh, okay. Well then, I have an idea. I was actually going to see if I could saunter over to where Cal's struggling with the condiments on his face, and teleport that condiments cart so it drops on top of Mr. Birdhead.
Okay. So, unleash your powers, then.
Follow the old Acme.
Is this an unleash or is this more directly engaged?
Yeah, it's true. How is
Actually,
this-
this is more of a directly engage, isn't it?
Fair enough.
Yeah, roll to directly engage. Although, I don't know, because he's not going to have any way to blow back.
I mean, there are definite ways, depending on the role.
Yeah,
I could
that's
think of
true.
something.
There are ways. I
Yeah,
can think
there
of
are.
things too that can go wrong.
That's true. All right. Do it up.
So yeah, let's do danger. I may not be direct, but hey, I'm engaging. Sweet.
All right. Pick 2.
Okay, and that was or directly engaged. Nuts. Take something from them, their dignity.
I love it.
And let's see.
To be fair, does he have any left after we
Probably
covered
not.
him in mustard?
No.
Let's see if we can frighten him from having the. I don't know. Well,
Oh.
definitely a surprise. I definitely want to surprise him.
I'll let you know right now. He was already afraid.
So he's surprised now.
Yeah, he's basic. So this crow is just, yeah, he's been slammed on the head with everything. He looks, basically falls on the ground at this point. He's out. You've conked him out.
Oh, that was fun.
Apollo walks up and starts licking the drumstick.
His farmer takes out another Kit Kat, starts chopping.
So you guys now have.
Oh, he did some in your mustard in the mayo that's on your body, by the way, Council. Thank you.
Can't hear what you teach. Push talk.
Did you just dip a Kit Kat in mayonnaise?
I mean, you were offering it right there.
Hold
That
on.
was-
And he, at this point, Cal just adjusts a couple of knobs on the other gauntlet and just launches a canister in the air. And he has basically created a quick and dirty condiment solvent to rain down on him. And just.
Nice. So
It smells like roses.
So the scene is basically there is now a crow who's unconscious on the floor in a puddle of mustard and mayo. There are 4 people behind him against the freezer doors who are more confused now than they were before. There are a few people outside screaming bloody murder, and you hear sirens coming. So what do y'all do?
Well, we should probably leave, but we gotta make sure this guy doesn't go anywhere.
Oh, we can handle that. Looks around, looks around. Aha! Runs over, finds the bungee cord section, and just and one around the beak.
There we go.
All right.
And now to get in the good getaway vehicle, I say.
Yeah. So at this point, they'll get into the vehicle, and
So you walk. Wait. So you walk out of the store. Is what I'm saying, right? Because I need to stop you guys once you get outside. Because when you get outside, you hear the sound of a very, very loud, crying 9-year-old.
Where's that coming from?
Oh, like by the gas pumps. Assuming this is a gas station convenience store thing.
Is it just a kid over there crying? Like, what are we looking at?
Well, you see a... Yeah, just a 9-year-old child. Been separated by all the chaos.
Human?
Oh, yeah. Yep, human.
Okay. Because if it was 9-year-old crow, I was just walking away.
No.
Hey.
No.
I actually want to assess the situation real quick because Palmer is nothing if not suspicious because he knows that he would pull some sort of a trick,
Go ahead.
pretend to cry. So, assessing the situation. Let's see. Probably not criminal. So, let's just assess. Okay, it's a 10.
All right. So what does it ask? How many?
Let's
3?
see. I can ask 2.
2. Ask.
Yeah,
Yeah, ask 2. So, go ahead.
okay. From looking at the kid, what is the biggest, I guess, what is the biggest threat we're looking at there?
So you walk over to the kid, you look at him.
Oh yeah.
Well, I figure you have to assess the situation, you have to look at him at least.
Yeah.
So, he's holding his arm. Because there's a dart in it. Little one. Tiny one.
Oh dear, okay. How can we best end this quickly?
Probably take the dart out of his arm, or call a doctor, or get a parents or something.
Or get somebody really smart? Cal.
I hate kids.
Yeah, I do too. But
Oh, make him stop crying. It's hurting my ears.
he's injured, he got something in his arm. I'm not very good at, like, doing the whole, first aid, but you gotta have something in, like, that little gadget bag, right?
Apollo,
What?
I need you to play actual house cat for a minute. Come with me.
I love actual house cat.
Good. Act like one for a minute.
Meow.
And Cal, with Apollo in tow, still in full costume, will walk over and lean down to the kid. Hey, everything okay?
My arm hurts.
I know. And there are going to be people on their way to help you out with that. But would you like to say hello to my friend over here? And he points to the.
Why do you have your cat just with you at the store?
Apollo hops down and starts, doing the whole cat, rubbing his head up on his leg and kind of walking through the legs and just kind of
Aw.
all over him.
So
And yes, I probably should roll comfort and support.
yes,
here.
why don't you roll comfort and support?
Mm-hmm.
He's allergic to cats, isn't he?
I can't even help you with that because we only have the one team we start the session with, and
Right.
it's not enough.
Yeah, because we decided not to engage a deadly threat as a team. So,
We didn't engage as a team.
yeah. So, okay, so what happens is basically he doesn't really look comforted by you because he's clearly panicking about the dart in his arm, and he mumbles something else. Cal, you're the only one who's going to hear this.
Okay.
He mutters, "I can't move my arm."
Okay. He leans down. All right. What's your name, buddy?
Brandon?
Okay. I need you to look at me for a second, okay, bud? All right. So I'm not going to pull that out right now because I don't know what it's going to do. But are you okay if I look at it to see if I can figure out what's going on?
Oh, okay.
All right. Cool. So I'm going to end up having to mark a condition for this because I'm going to use up my second gadget for always prepared.
All right.
But he's going to reach into one of the pouches and pull out a chemical analysis scanner. Because why wouldn't a chemistry guy have a chemical scanner?
Exactly. All right. Go
And
ahead.
he is going to attempt to scan this feather and,
No.
the blood directly.
No. It's not a feather.
Oh, it's an actual dart?
It's an actual dart.
Okay. Well, he's going to scan this to figure out what it is, although he has a pretty good idea without even doing this. I'm going to assume you're triggering something on my playbook once I make this roll.
Oh.
But I'm going to go ahead and use my analysis scanner here to unleash my power. No, I'm not. Actually, I am going to spend the team.
You cut out, Teach.
I'm going to spend the team selfishly here to get myself up to a.
Okay, so how do you do that?
Can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Looks around, realizes what he's not getting a good scan, picks up Apollo by the scruff of the neck, and just literally chucks him into Harvard.
Yeah.
I'm busy.
I knew we picked the right guy to help with this.
So, is that... What exactly is that considered for this?
No, that's me. That's how I'm spending team selfishly to get my superior up to
Right.
where it
He's
needs to
removing
be.
a distraction, basically.
I guess, yeah. I feel like that should
Somehow.
have some consequences.
There's a cat on me. Consequences.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I was just flung at him.
Yeah, so... Cham, I need you to take a powerful blow.
Claws out. Yeah, I came flying, claws out.
Sorry, Jamie.
No! That's bad, right?
Oh,
Fred.
it's okay. So 7 to 9, choose one. You lash out verbally, provoke a teammate to foolhardy action or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. You give ground, your opposition gets an opportunity. You struggle past the pain, mark 2 conditions.
The only ones that make sense, I'm probably gonna do one where I lash out verbally at Apollo as he's flying at me. I should lash out at Harvard, at Cal, but definitely gotta do it at Apollo. Calling him a stupid cat as he's like on me with his claws. And saying we should get you declawed too.
Also, with that, Apollo just claws in deeper, trying to get onto your back and stable.
So that actually sounds more like taking your advantage to
Of
inflict
your
a
influence to
condition.
inflict a condition. That's 100% what that sounds
Oh
like.
yeah, that is.
Yeah, that is that. So Apollo, take a condition.
Do I get to choose or does he get to choose?
I'm pretty sure the answer here is angry, but
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just gonna see the Apollo move.
Yeah!
We just get the comic panel of those two going back and forth,
Right.
and Cal. So for running out of gadgets, I'm marking insecure.
Okay. Which makes
I'm
sense.
marking afraid to make this a non-temp for the unleash my powers roll because he has an idea already of what this is,
Mhm.
and if it's already been weaponized, he's freaking scared out of his mind.
So you scan. Your scanner, it can barely pick this up because it's such a minute little amount. But your scanner does hone in on the chemical makeup of what's on this dart. And it isn't exactly DL50, but it's really close. And it contains the little signature compound that you put in it that does nothing other than signify it's yours.
All right.
You cut out. Teach, you cut out.
Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. Whenever you are confronted with your shame, either mark a condition or shift superior down and danger up.
Yes.
At this point, I am going to, considering I just spent the team to shift it, I'm going to mark guilty.
Okay.
And okay.
Can't hear you, Teach.
All right. So this is based off botulinum. He's talking to himself. It's based off of the botulinum toxin. There's a way to do this. It's a paralytic. You can anti-paralytic. Okay. He immediately pulls out his phone, and he's dialing 911.
As you do that, his older woman comes by who is very much so clearly his grandmother. Like, oh, Brandon, you're all right. Oh, what happened here?
Ma'am, don't touch him, please.
What?
I'll explain in 1 second.
Who are you?
So he's on. Yeah. The people here you have coming to the C-store. Yeah, I need you to have them send someone else. They need to bring an anti-paralytic with them and make it fast.
Anti-paralytic?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, if you I don't want to say the words here because it might cause panic, but just trust me, if you have to, go to any cosmetic surgery clinic and get their anti-Botox paralytics. Just bring one.
Okay.
As Cal's doing that, I imagine in the back, like, Sink and Apollo are probably, like, doing, like, the big, like, dust cloud of, like, just kind of fighting back and forth, like, little exclamation marks, like, flying above their heads, whatever. And it stops as we hear, Cal talking on the phone, and Sink immediately, like, rushes over to him. It's like, oh, did you call, like, the police at this time?
By the way, at this point, there is a crowd not necessarily gathering around you, per se, but gathering around the convenience store.
This is usually what...
I'll explain later. I need you to keep everybody calm right now.
I have an idea.
Do
You're
it.
not going to be a therapy animal. What are you going to do?
No. You're going to announce that Twitch superstar Apollo is here doing autographs over there.
Okay,
Twitch?
okay,
And
fine.
then we just get to zoom in on Cal's face that just has this look on his face as he just realized everything that just happened and his entire life just flashed before his eyes.
As that's going on, we have Sink who's stepping out in front of the crowd and saying, "Everybody, bringing to you the creator of the video, Genius Dances in His Underwear. We have for you the great and one and only Apollo, the Twitch superstar. Here signing autographs for one day only. So everybody make a calm line way over there next to the store and don't push or shove."
So, Apollo, I need you to roll superior for me. Just do it.
I mean, this is 100% a provoke.
Well, there's that, too. This is more along the lines of I wanted to see how many people actually recognize the name. Okay, so you get most of the crowd involved. So, okay, so, Harvard, roll a provoke roll for me.
Roger Dodge.
I had to figure out how many people were even going to recognize the name to be like, if they're even going to bother.
So
Would this count for
Apollo's
my
gonna-
watching closely for mislead or no?
Because you're not misleading, that's the actual
That's
truth.
true.
That's the actual truth, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So Apollo's new playbook is going to be a star when he advances?
Apparently.
Clearly.
Oh, okay. So, the entire crowd, even if they don't know who the heck this person is or this cat is, they all go over to Apollo, and I don't know where he got it from, but he's got like an ink pad, and he just like stamps his paw on like different papers. Like, this is what's going on.
Oh, there's one in the glove box of the car.
Oh, okay, perfect. There we go. Yeah. So he's over there doing that, and by the way, that's going to take you a while because there's like 50 people.
Well, we got time.
So at this point, Cal's going to look at the grandmother and go talk to her and be like, "Hey, ma'am. So what's going on here is you'll notice that there is a dart that is in your grandson's arm. And I scanned it, and whatever it is a highly toxic paralytic. So his arm is paralyzed right now. It shouldn't spread further. It's not going to spread farther than the arm. But we've got people bringing something to take care of it all along the way. I just didn't want to say that in front of everybody and cause a panic. Everything's going to be okay. We've got people here to take care of it."
Who are you?
You can call me Amalgam.
Oh, okay. You sure he's gonna be okay?
Yes, would I know that it's safe to remove the dart and nothing else more will happen?
Yes, you know that the dart, at this point the dart has done its thing. You know it's time to.
Okay. Yeah. So Cal will don gloves and properly bag and tag this. Like, you're not entirely sure how,
Cut out.
but it's been bagged and tagged.
Right. Okay.
Like, perfectly labeled the whole thing. And he's going to go, "Okay."
You cut out when you said, I can't hear you.
Yeah. So he kneels down to Brandon. You see my friend over there?
Yeah.
Do you want me to? Do you know who he is?
Did I hear Apollo the cat? His eyes kind of light up. Is that the cat? You have Apollo the
Yeah.
cat?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you want me to go get you his autograph?
Wait, are you the? Hey, were you the genius dancing in his underwear?
Apollo! Not that I know of.
Oh, okay. Because that was a really funny video.
Yeah. Not that I know. Thankfully, he's wearing a domino mask
Right,
because
yeah.
he is shooting daggers at the cat right now.
Right.
So yeah. So here's what's going to happen, bud. Okay, there are going to be people here who are going to come help with your arm, right? But do you want to go get Apollo's autograph with me?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. It's like
Cool.
sausage.
And just to make it easier, he's going to make really quickly a makeshift sling, so it doesn't look like the arm's not just doing anything; it's actually just resting in the sling.
That's fine.
Just to dissuade the people that what the hell's happening.
Right. No, that's fine. You can do that.
Fair.
So yeah, that's under pressure at this point. That's fine. All right. So
Apollo's over there enjoying the limelight, signing autographs, taking scratches on the head, and just having a grand old time.
Yeah. So Cal is going to do this is my cat, I'm cutting to the front of the line bull crap.
Right.
Six do like this is his agent. Like, don't touch the merchandise too much.
Right.
Yeah. Hands off the merchandise.
We got a star here.
Yeah. So he's just gonna be like, hey, this is this, since obviously Apollo was going on, hey, this is my buddy Brandon. Would you mind giving him a personalized autograph there, Apollo?
Apollo just kind of nods and does the autograph.
So he hands it to his Brandon and brings him back over to his grandmother. I'll wait here with you guys until they get here.
All right. So, and the sirens are coming. The police come, and they see the big crowd, so they rush over first, only to realize that Apollo's signing autographs. So they start asking people what happened. Do you stay and talk to the police, or do you avoid them?
You talking to me?
Yes, or all of you, really.
I mean, we're in the front line, so
Yeah, I said I was staying with Brandon and his grandmother until the paramedics got there, so I could explain what was going on to them.
Gotcha.
So
Right.
I'm there.
Right.
If they want to come talk to me,
Right.
they can certainly come talk.
So an officer comes up to you and just kind of asks, okay, so who are name, whatever, and you give him.
So in there, you're going to find a 6'5" tall crow wrapped up in bungee cord and jumper cables who is attempting to wreak havoc on people and steal some birdseed. He's covered in mayonnaise and mustard, so I apologize for that. I know mayonnaise on wings is a horrible crime. In addition to that, there's something else that we need to talk about, but that's going to be talked about later. Right now, we're waiting for the paramedics.
So the police jots all this down and oddly doesn't act like it's really out of the ordinary. It's like, okay. Except the mayonnaise part. She just says, why mayonnaise? Where did you get what? You know what? Never mind.
He looks. He shows his one good gauntlet. Well, shows the other one. I hooked up the tubes to the dispenser and I might have punched it a little too hard. And the barbecue one was empty.
Fair. Okay. Ah. Looks like you saved the day, kid.
It doesn't feel like that.
Okay. Well, we'll go in and secure the bird, I guess. So, officers start going inside. The EMT shows up eventually. Minutes later, whatnot. The ambulance comes up, and you get the two EMT guys, and their blue suits or whatever, blue jumpers, whatever. They get out and they head over to the boy. They pretty much figure out pretty quickly that that's the boy, because he's separated out from everybody. So they come over to you, and one of them's like, "Okay, so somebody said we needed to get an anti-paralytic."
He brings it, looks at it. He knows his chemical compound and how botulinum toxin works. Looking at this, is this the stuff he needs? His description, I'm assuming, was enough.
Yeah, that is exactly what it is.
This is exactly what he needs. So, hey, buddy, Brandon, So you said that on Apollo's video that there was someone dancing in their underwear. What song were they dancing to?
I don't know. Why don't you tell me what song were you dancing to?
No, I'm asking him this so he can be distracted, so I can give him the shot.
Right, no, I get that. I'm asking you what song it was so he can respond to this properly.
That would be an Apollo question.
Apollo,
it
what song?
it was Toxic. We just did it like
Oh, okay.
top of the hour.
Oh yeah, we did.
Oh, okay, gotcha. It was that one. Okay, so
Wow, I didn't know it was that recent.
There's some song by Britney Spears. I don't know. I don't know, but it was really funny. Ow.
Okay, so give that about 5 minutes, and you should start to be able to move your arm again.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Not a problem. And so, what was your thoughts on the guy dancing?
This is really funny.
So,
He doesn't get outside much, though.
are you sure about that?
It didn't look like it. He was really, really, really pasty.
What if I told you he does get outside?
I must wear a lot of clothes then.
You could say that. And he sort of peels back half the domino mask, gives him a wink, and puts it back on.
he kind of looks around like he's just like found out something like sneaky, so he just kind of like giggles to
Yeah.
himself.
And then he looks and goes, "That's our secret."
Right, and he immediately nods like, yeah. Because
this kid made out.
He's got this information now that he knows, and he's like, oh, that's mine. I love it. It's great.
Said that in the autograph, like, whoo.
Oh yeah, I know. This kid is having a great day for not being able to move his arm.
You'll be able to move in like 5 minutes. It's
I know,
fine.
yeah.
We got the anti-paralytic there in time.
Yep. Yes, you did. That you did.
I would also like to point out that Cal did not give the anti-paralytic needle back to the paramedics. He stoppered it up, and he's taking that with him because he wants to reverse engineer that so he can have some on him.
Oh yeah, they don't really even notice because they're busy trying to. They end up taking the kid to the hospital anyway.
And they have a
He
gun.
also doesn't give them the dart that poisoned him. He has that too.
Yes.
Wow. So he bagged and tagged it for himself.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep.
So, I mentioned the police are going into the convenience store while all this is happening and whatnot. Well, unfortunately, as they get into the store, it suddenly fills with smoke.
Oh no.
Thick smoke. Not from fire.
Okay. We gotta rush in there, or at least, well, Paul's clearly busy,
You see, you're the only one.
Pay
who's,
no attention to the smoke. Just
Right.
to pet the kitty that's stamping the.
Yeah, because Cal is also busy dealing with all the paramedic stuff, so it's all you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Palmer, yeah. Alright, sweet. Okay, well,
thank
I'll check out what's going on there. So, yeah, try to make sure the people's attention is on Apollo so there's no panic, and I'll just slink away to see what's going on inside that convenience store.
Okay, well, it's really hard to see what's going on inside the convenience store, so I'm going to need you to roll and assess the situation for me.
Okay, it's a hit.
All
8.
right. So you're going to get some extra information from this, but ask me a question first.
Who's in the greatest danger in there?
Nobody's actually in danger in there. There's not the dangerous situation going on in there. What is going on in there, however, is the crow doesn't seem to be there anymore.
Wait, what?
The crow's gone.
I wrote to where he was all bunchied up, and,
Yeah, the mustard is all over. The mayo's all over. Your roll will allow you to not slip and fall on it. And,
that's good.
And the bungees are also gone. So whatever took him or whatever happened, he may still be all bound up.
What about all the smoke that's around? Where's that coming from?
That is coming from the aisle, well, pretty much the area in front of you. You see a canister on the ground blowing smoke out.
So it's just a smoke
Smoke bomb.
Or it's a smoke bomb.
Yep.
Well, there's a front exit, there's a back exit. I gotta try to I don't know where the back exit is, but I'm gonna try to run over there, see if I can find it. If I knew where it was, I'd just teleport there.
So, speaking of your teleport, because you have that ability,
Yes.
the police have been surrounding this place.
Oh.
You know off the top of your head, there's no way Imner would have walked in and out of here.
Oh, crud. With a smoke bomb and teleportation, the answer is clearly ninjas. And the bird threw like ninja-like star feathers, so he's a ninja. Okay, nuts. I don't know where to go from here. I'd have to get out of here because he's clearly gone.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Sink's gonna walk down one of the aisles as the police are kind of like milling about the building, and he's gonna casually disappear and reappear, inside the car as he, like, kind of casually gets out as if he was there all along.
Right. So the police are, like, completely confused at this point. But none of them are coming out because they're still looking for a bird that they can't see in the middle of smoke.
Do we see anybody leaving the building as I get outside?
You don't necessarily. Oh, which way did you go out? The front or the side?
Neither. I teleported away
That's right,
and came out.
So yeah, no, you don't
the
actually
car.
see anybody who's actually leaving at the moment.
Okay. Okay, well, I'm gonna walk over to Cal, who's currently not being attacked by his fans, and kind of tug on him and say, "We have a situation. Birds out of the bush."
Did anybody respond to that at all? I didn't hear.
Oh, I was saying it to Cal there. But Cal just told him the bird's going.
Right.
They always do fly the coop, don't they?
Yeah, tends to be usually what happens when it comes to bad guys and villains. But at least we have a little bit of a lead. There was a smoke bomb.
That's not our lead.
It's not?
No. And he holds up the baggie with the dart.
Wait, did that come from our bird guy?
No, it came from the kid's arm.
So what's that doing here when all this was going on?
That, I don't know. What I do know is it's a weaponized botulinum toxin causing instant muscle paralysis. If we didn't get that antiparalytic into him as fast as we did, he would have lost permanent motion in his arm.
How do you know all that?
It's the sort of thing that I actually kind of character talking.
Because I'm the one that made it.
Huh. Yeah, that's gonna knock Sink to silence there.
Yeah, I was trying to cure the Batten disease that Dylan has, and I came up with a prototype. I had reverse engineered some botulinum toxin, but it got stolen, and I've been trying to recreate what I did ever since, and unfortunately not. And now it's been at least a year, and this is the first time I've seen it in the wild.
Sorry, is that Dylan, your brother, right?
Yeah. Also, triggering a drama move here.
Yes.
Ooh.
When you share a vulnerability or weakness with somebody, hold 2. Spend the hold 1 for 1 to clear a condition or add 1 team to the pool when you're with them.
Aw. It is very revealing, for sure.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's kind of like half of his thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Sink's gonna actually respect that. He's gonna, like, not kind of make a fun of it or anything, or, like, make a thing about it. But he is gonna actually say, Cal, if I had stolen something from from somebody like that, and I wanted to rub their face in it, I'd probably leave that around here. I think this might have been to get your attention on purpose.
Wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Let me know they're watching. But now I have a little bit of the chemical and a way to reverse it. So at least we can be prepared the next time they want to break it out.
Yeah, that makes me wonder how much they're watching right now.
Probably a lot, but I'm sorry that I didn't let you know sooner, but
Hey, it's
I
not my
knew what
business.
I knew what this could potentially do, and it was my cross to bear.
Geez, you're not a very big team player, are you?
Why should I get you involved with something that could potentially kill you when it's my responsibility? I'm the reason it's in the wild.
Yeah, that may be so, but I've done a lot of things that I know have caused trouble, like down the road for other people. And it's a lot easier to fix them, when it's not just you.
That sounds like a comfort and
That
support.
does sound like a comfort and support.
Sorry, you cut off there?
That sounds like comfort and support.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it kind of is.
Remember, you have so add +1 to the roll,
Yep.
Whee!
even though I flung a cat at you.
Yeah, it's fine, I get it. Apparently I didn't.
Oh. Yeah. So,
I got this. Hold on.
You do?
Well, no, because I'll react to your attempt, which will give him a chance to do something. Look, I get what you're trying to say. I do. But this is my responsibility, and I'm going to be the one to take care of it. I don't want you or Apollo or anybody else getting hurt because of a stupid mistake that I made. It's a mistake I'm not going to make again. And with that, he is going to spend one of the hold he got on the drama moves to clear Insecure.
perfect. Okay.
Alright, you got it handled.
But you get to mark potential.
Yeah,
Yay.
you get the mark potential. Alright, so you guys are standing at a convenience store gas station parking lot. You've had this discussion, and everyone seems to be dissipating. What do you do?
Probably leave.
Leaving sounds good.
Like, aside from the fact that I feel like we're being watched, which makes me feel itchy, I just don't want to answer any more questions police about all this.
Besides, the milk's getting warm.
Oh, that is true. I forgot entirely about the...
I'm sure there's a cooler in the car.
Oh,
You know
I'll
there
switch it
is.
out for one of the ones inside.
Also, I would like to point out that I never described the car.
you did.
I'm picturing a
gold?
DeLorean, personally.
No, it's not a DeLorean. It is a souped-up, two-door, convertible 69 Dodge Charger gunmetal black.
Ooh.
Spare no expense.
He bought the shell and made the rest himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's souped up. It's got the convertible. The inside it has the outside body of the Charger, and the inside it feels like the frickin' Jetsons car.
Nice. So,
And yes, it's got a Hemi.
So we turn the page from the gas station, and you're in the car. Where are you going?
Well, we gotta get this milk back to his mom, right?
Are you all going back to Palmer's place?
No, it's Caelus.
Porter's place. Sorry. I knew I was going to screw that up.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's my place too, so yeah.
All right.
So yeah, Apollo knows the password. Walks in. Hey, Mom. Here's the milk.
Oh, she's still at home.
Oh, she's still not home. Okay, puts it in the fridge. Leaves. Goes back. Opens the cupboard. Grabs the bag of Smart Food because of course they have Smart Food.
Right.
Closes it. Grabs
Grabs what?
You cut off again, Teach.
a 6-pack of Coke Zero and heads to the lab.
Nice. All right. So, Apollo,
Mm-hmm.
As you're going to the lab, the shed, as it were, Athena's still there, waiting for you to get back.
Oh, yeah, Athena.
Hi, hello. How was your little trip?
I had chicken.
Ooh.
My owner put mayo on it. It was kind of gross.
I don't know what mayo is, but it sounds terrible.
It is.
Well, maybe you and I should have time to spend together sometime. Not right now. My owner's about to get home and I should get back. Don't like to worry her much. She's a useful human. But before I go, I wanted to tell you that you seem really spectacular sometimes, you know? There's something about you that just makes me interested. You're definitely not a normal cat.
So, there's one thing you should know about Athena. She's an adult. She's using her influence over you to move your freak up and your mundane down.
That's amazing.
Do you accept or reject?
Now I'm disturbed on so many levels. Apollo's very into himself now with the whole Twitch superstar thing. Yeah, he's going to accept that one.
Okay. So there you go. So,
It's like,
she
why, thank you. Yes, I am very special.
gives a happy little purr, brushes her, walks by you, kind of brushes her tail under your chin as she walks back, very slowly walks away to the fence to get back to her house. And she looks back at you once, and then pads away. So meanwhile, Cal, what are you doing in the lab?
Oh, he is immediately putting the dart into one of his chemical analyzers and just not necessarily getting it, analyzing it, getting the data up so he has it in several different backup locations so he can attempt to at least partially recreate this. But he is getting the chemical formula down.
So as it turns out, I happen to have a move for this. So I wasn't expecting it to use it today, but here it is. All right, so when you try to analyze DL50, roll plus superior. On a hit, you gain a little bit of insight into the chemical. On a plus 10, you make progress to recreating DL50, and I've got a chart for this that I'm keeping myself. On a 7 to 9, the chemical dissolves, but take plus 1 forward on your next roll towards making your goal, and you still make a tiny bit of progress. On a miss, the chemical becomes unstable. The GM will tell you what happens. Parentheses, it will be bad. Unparen.
It should be bad. It's a dangerous chemical.
I know.
Yeah, let's. So if you're looking at my sheet, I unmarked guilty so I can roll superior.
Yeah. This is not yeah. I'm not looking at your sheet, but
well, it's better than a sharp stick in the eye.
absolutely it is. All right, so you're putting this. You're analyzing everything you can. You start gathering some data on it, some hard data that you're able to pull out of this. But as you do this, the chemical completely dissolves. You left with your data, but nothing left to test after you get, not even halfway through the amount of testing you wanted to get through. But you're able to grab a little something. That little something is the DL50 that you created. There has been something added to it, more than just the paralytic.
It's got an extra flavor.
Something has made the paralytic stronger. And you know enough to know that the anti-paralytic that they gave Brandon is only going to temporarily work.
Which is why he is now going to take that information, look over to the paralytic, the anti-paralytic that he has, analyze that, and start coming up with a cure, at least for Brandon's arm.
Right.
So, as Cal's doing all of this, clearly, going crazy with all the chemicals, like analyzing. There's gonna be there's gonna be Sink kind of like a little off to the side there. He's kind of laying upside down on a chair and watching all this go on. And he's gonna kind of talk up as you start working with the antipyretic. Says, so is this a bad time to mention that I was hoping you maybe tutor me for a chem test I have coming up on Monday? Because you look a little busy.
Well, let's just put it this way. If I don't finish this within probably 72 hours time, give or take, that poor kid's never going to have use of his arm again. So what do you need to be tutored on? And also, hand me that. No. Third one to the right, hand me that. It's just a test tube of this weird, like, milky blue liquid.
Okay. Okay, yeah, Palmer's actually going to casually teleport that over to your hand as he's kind of still laying on the chair.
Yeah, so he's like, yeah, what do you need to be tutored on? But he is just literally just, talking to you as he's doing all this full analytical stuff.
All right, and then like Palmer will clearly go down like the little list he has or the subjects they have for the class as he's casually teleporting like the things he need, like a Cal needs. It's like, okay, vase,
Yeah,
whatever.
Apollo walks into this and sees the teleportation. He's like,
We're having a study session.
All right, so you still haven't answered what you need to be tutored on.
It's,
And then if I put this here...
I don't actually know what the subject is, so chemistry, yes.
It's chemistry and, let me see. You guys are into, gosh, what would be a chemistry subject?
Bases and...
Well, I'm pretty
Yes,
I'm pretty sure based on the question that you asked earlier, they're into reactions.
Oh, reactions.
Oh, yeah, that's
There you go.
right.
Yeah, chemical reactions. Perfect.
There we go. I know my
great.
science. I graduated.
It's been many years since I took chemistry.
and Apollo
same
switches
here.
on the SNES Mini and starts playing games.
Yeah, Sig tells you about the base, that they're on reactions and safety and the dry ice stuff and all that.
All right, well, hold on a second. Cal pushes a button, and from the roof of the lab, just a pair of cat headphones comes, plugs into Apollo's ears, and we no longer hear the SNES.
Nice.
Got something
All
for
right.
everything.
I'm
I like
always
this
prepared. As he says, he reaches into a drawer and puts something else into his pockets. This is just me narratively restocked.
Yeah, I was going to say you were going to need to do that, but you got it, so that's cool.
Yeah. So, all right. So first things first, chemical reactions. Well, first things first. He stops what he's doing. That needs to swirl for a couple minutes. You want some chemical reactions? I'll give you some chemical reactions. Apollo, no, you're busy. Hold on. You're going to need that big jar. He walks over to the laboratory fridge, pulls out baking soda, walks over to the sink, pulls out a bottle of distilled white vinegar, puts him in front of Harvard. Chemical Reactions 101.
It's a handy book to have.
No. It's not the book. It's the beaker, and then he's got baking soda and vinegar.
Ooh, okay.
Gotcha, teaching him basically how it works.
Yes. You want to see chemical reactions in action?
I'll sit up for this.
Oh, I'm not touching it. Combine. See what happens.
Oh, okay.
He'll
Nuts.
rattle off the proper ratios for you.
Okay, I'm gonna assume, Sink is probably not a total doofus, and he will measure that to your instructions and put it together.
I'm trying to figure out how mean I want to be right now.
Cal has the perfect ratios for this to react
Right.
but not go everywhere.
Cal does. The question is, does Harvard?
I listen well to instruction.
Okay, all right.
Okay, that's the easy one. You want a more fun one?
Always.
All right, cool. Walks over, plucks one of the earphones out of Apollo. Mark another one on the list of I'm going to have to owe you. I'm taking the 2 liter. And he walks over to the Apollo fridge, pulls out a 2-liter of Diet Coke, reaches in, grabs the thing of mint Mentos, shuts it. We're going to want to go outside for this one.
Oh, I know this one.
That's the next one coming.
That's a classic.
So he has the little slidey tube device that you put in the cap, pull the pin, and you just get the Mentos. You get the really cool volcano look.
I don't know what this is teaching me, but it's awesome.
And then he goes to explain how it's because of the nature of how the mint and the Mentos work, plus the imperfections in the glass. Yeah, he probably loses you at some point.
He tries to pay attention, but there's like soda going everywhere, so I don't know.
Yeah. But you want to know my favorite chemical reaction?
Which one's that?
They walk back into the lab. See that spray bottle?
Yeah, what's in it?
Just grab it.
Okay.
And I want you to take aim and fire. He points to Apollo.
Oh, I like the reaction too. Instinct lines it up. Headshot!
Then you just roll to hit first.
What?
You hit! There's no rolling to hit here.
There's no rolling to hit.
Here.
I know.
It's rolling to avoid.
Right.
Well, you might need to avoid now because Apollo just immediately pounces up, back arched, just hissing, just starts charging you.
Sink immediately teleports the water bottle over into your hands. Like,
I'm going to defend Sink.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
going to defend him. You ready for this? I'm going to defend him by reaching into my pocket, whipping out a device, pointing it at the wall, and hitting the button. I'm defending Sink with a laser pointer.
Roll it.
Roll.
Just roll.
Because if it fails, I actually point the laser pointer at Sink.
Yeah, if it fails, I've got better.
my poor eyes.
That's true. Roll it.
Ooh,
Okay. So.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. This is hilariously.
I'm clearing a condition, by the way.
That's fine.
I'm clearing guilty.
That's fine. I'll give you that one.
So the laser pointer on the wall, and Apollo is like full on. Why can I not get this?
Oh, that makes everything better. Oh, I can't hear you, Teach.
Push to talk.
It wasn't a push target kill. So he just takes it, puts it back in his pocket, looks over at Harvard,
Oh, yeah.
and smiles.
Where'd it go? It's gone. It's right here.
You have the best gadgets.
Oh, that one was $3 at PetSmart.
Still the best.
There you go.
What is that thing?
All right. So, Tej, you're still working on the antidote, as it were.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay. I'm not going to have you roll the same custom move, but I am going to have you roll plus superior. Take off whatever condition might. Just give me a superior roll. Okay.
That's bad.
Well, you finish it. At least as far as you're concerned, this is going to work.
No, that was too easy. It's too damn easy.
Or maybe you're just too darn smart.
Yeah, as far as you know, that's going to cure Brandon.
I mean, it'll probably cure him, but I don't like it. Something about this doesn't feel right. I'm confident in my work, but something that was too easy to make.
So you have this chemical. What do you do with it now?
Puts it in a stopper, goes, puts it away. He goes back to the drawing board. He goes, I need to make more because they have this. I'm going to need to be able to counteract it.
Wait, you don't want to deliver that now?
No. He's at the hospital. Showing up right now would just cause more panic.
How many hours you say he had?
72. We've got time.
All right.
It's weird. With everything else, I'm perfectly fine. But whenever this shows up, it does. I don't know what it does. It makes me second guess myself all the time.
Which is really weird, because usually you seem like the smartest guy in the room. Like, you always know what's going on.
Because I am the smartest guy in the room.
Hey!
I mean, to be fair, I just chased some green dot that was on the wall. And can't find it now.
Okay, that is fair.
Yeah, he looks and just pulls out the laser pointer and puts it back in his pocket.
Alright, fine, no argument. Well, fine. Well, what can we do to make this better for them?
We gotta figure out where this came from. And if we can't get it back, we have to destroy all of it.
All of, like the original compound they made, you mean?
No, they didn't make the compound. I made the compound. They modified it. We have to destroy it because they've weaponized it. And if the small amount that was on that dart paralyzed his kid's arm, this thing has the potential to be more potent than ricin.
Gotcha.
So, botulinum toxin is, from a chemical perspective, the most deadly toxin on the planet. It has the lowest LD50 of any chemical known. LD50 refers to lethal dose 50, which is the amount of a chemical required to kill 50% of the population in the area you release it.
Oh. That's bad.
Very much so.
Okay, I'm with you, only we gotta destroy a train. So we got the dart. You're a smart guy, you can, trace it back to where it came from, right?
It's not that simple. If I trace it back to where it came from, it's going to trace back here. I'm the one that made the chemical.
Right. And they put it there to get your attention anyway, so they probably figured you'd trace it. Well, fine then. Just make your antidotes and guess we'll just have to wait for more opportunities to pop up.
He just immediately just shakes his head, doesn't even respond, just goes, doesn't even go back to the chemical side of things, just goes up to one of the clear boards that has nothing written on it and just starts writing chemical formulas.
And I believe that is a great place to end the book for today. Except? Turn the page. We get, what do you call this normally, TJ? Interstitial scene?
Yes, an interstitial scene.
You see figures. Few of them. That are all silhouetted. No idea. One of them says, "So how did the test go?" And the other says, "Seems to have gone fine. But there was an issue." Oh? Somebody seemed to know what it was. Well, continue as planned anyway. If this works, a plan can start. And with that is going to be the end of the comic book. But I believe there's some things that happen at the end of the comic book. So, we're going to start with... let's see who we're going to start with. Let's start with Cal. Cal, how do you feel at the end of this session? Are you growing away from the team? Growing with the team?
Well, before we do that, I have another thing to deal with at the end of the session.
Oh, you do? You know, I forgot about that entirely.
At the end of every session, answer the question. Did you take steps to make amends for your shame? I would say 100% yes for today.
I would agree with you on that.
If yes, mark.
So yes.
Okay, moving on.
So anyway, end of session moves. What do you Go.
As standoffish and as dickish as he was, I'm going to say he grew closer to the team because that was a good attempt at being a comforting and supporting teammate, Harvard.
Well,
I think we had a good buddy thing going.
not only that, you did reveal your shame to him, so that's,
Yes.
that's kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you already have influence over me, so you get to shift my labels. Freak is at 1, Danger is at 0, Savior is at 1, Superior is at 3, Mundane is at -2.
Oof. Okay, can't knock down your mundane.
Nope.
I definitely want to pop up your savior because you saved the heck out of that kid. Wait, no, are kind of dangerous.
How was I dangerous? I covered a crow in condiments.
Yeah, true. But you also invented like some sort of a concoction that can be weaponized. That's kind of your fault.
Yeah, kind of.
I am gonna pop up your savior though and probably knock down your danger because you clearly want to fix this. And you actually wanted to stay around and like not be afraid of like the police arriving. So yeah, low on the danger end.
Okay. All right, delinquent Harvard. What would you say?
I feel like I grew closer to the team for sure. And I definitely grew closer to Cal because he helped me study, he told me about his secret, like, it's kind of a no-brainer there.
Okay. Do you have influence over, or... That's
I do.
Alright.
Alrighty, what are the...
Let's see... My max superior is at 2, can't go any higher, that's the only thing to worry about.
Superior can go to 3.
It can?
Yeah, everything
Yeah,
goes
three's the
plus 3, -2.
Oh, I thought it was plus 2, -2.
Nope, plus 3,
Okay.
-2.
Then no, it's not a max anyway. So yeah, just...
So considering everything that I saw you do, you were teleporting things left and right. And even though you saved people by teleporting them, it was a lot of crazy teleport things. So freak up, mundane down.
Roger, Dodger. I can buy that.
Alright, Apollo. How about you?
Well, I'm growing into my own self-image.
I figured as much.
I'm shockingly not surprised. Shift your labels and tell me why. Or tell me why.
So superior up, mundane down.
Because Twitch star.
Yeah, I don't think I need much of an explanation for that one. That works. Alright.
Yep.
Well, that's going to do it for us today in Caelus City. Join us again for issue 2 in about a month and a half or so, and maybe we'll play the next one of this. But for Norestra, Cham, and TGE, I'm OPT Lawyer, and I will steal TG's line and just say keep hailing. Bye, everyone.
I expect a check in the mail.
Oh, crap, I thought I paid you for that. All right, take it. All right.